Ricky Triangle had a little bit of everything this past weekend. In the end, a new winner in 2025 took home the trophy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Around the Turn. After an off week due to the birth of his new son, Denny Hamlin scored the pole in Pocono. He, along with Chris Buescher, would lead the field to the green flag. Brake issues were a big story for the Cup race on Sunday. Riley Herbst first experiencing those brake issues with his rotor exploding, sending him into the turn one wall. 2311 teammate Bubba Wallace also had brake issues, sending him into the wall as he went into turn two. This would end Bubba's day and visibly frustrated as he takes a big hit in the point standings. Race leader Chase Briscoe makes his final stop a little slow so he can get all the fuel in there that he needs, and that means he had to save gas and also try to hold off teammate Denny Hamlin. Briscoe was able to save enough fuel and win his first race of 2025, and his first race at Joe Gibbs Racing even had enough fuel to do a little burnout. Here is what winner Chase Briscoe had to say about beating his teammate at Pocono.
It was kind of weird. Like I wasn't driving hard, so it's not like I was on the ragged edge, but it was just so hard to, have a guy chasing you, right? Especially the guy that's probably the greatest of all time here, and to be trying to save fuel and everything else.
Connor Zillage will make his third career start this weekend at Atlanta, driving the number 87 Red Bull Chevy for Trackhouse Racing. Chris Buescher driving the Cinnamon Toast Crunch number 17 Dark Horse Mustang this weekend in Atlanta. And this paint scheme has been the most popular. In fact, it's surpassed all sales of merchandise from RFK since 2022. Chase Elliott will continue his Design to Drive initiative this weekend at his home track. Chase talks about why it's important to support Children's Health Care of Atlanta.
A young girl named Raylan is she's designed my car and my helmet and all the things for next weekend in Atlanta, and I'm super excited to meet her and have her family out at the track, and hopefully spread some joy with her and her family, and also try and help a good cause. That they're a fantastic network of hospitals. I have some some close friends of mine that that have gone through there.
And a reminder, this week's race will be night races. That means the Xfinity Series will be on Friday night, and the Cup Series race will be on Saturday night at the newly named Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta. As we head to Atlanta, we are back on to the drafting style tracks, but Atlanta differs from Daytona and Talladega. I spoke with Cole Custer, and he discusses why Atlanta is a little bit different than the other draft tracks.
Going to Atlanta, comparing that to Daytona and Talladega, the biggest thing is just the handling, especially when we go back there for the summer race. It's just so hot that you really have way more handling involved than you do at like I say, Daytona or Talladega. So you still have the drafting aspect, but everybody's hanging on for dear life a little bit, so the field gets a little bit more spread out just because you can't race as tight just because you have to worry about the handling. So it's definitely a different dynamic where you see a little bit of a mix of mile and a half and super speedway racing.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is always a driver you have to keep your eyes on when it comes to drafting tracks. He has a knack for getting those wins there. His number 47 team has been in a little bit of a slump over the last 4 weeks, and that's taken them out of the playoff hunts for now. But Ricky spoke with me about his excitement getting back to a track that he likes.
I enjoy Atlanta, especially the reconfiguration. I enjoyed it before they reconfigured it, and now it's a blast. And the more the track wears out, the more fun it's getting. So being there when it's hot and slick should be a lot of fun.
Next week we head to the Windy City as we race through the streets of Chicago, and I hope you'll join us here on Around the Turn.